Look, it's been a very hard day's work for us both. But you'll have to stay. I told you what I saw. What hundreds saw. And then he was arrested. Heavier workload tomorrow. I look forward to his reply even more than you. It could be a long night. If I were you, I wouldn't even think of going home. Stay awake and armed. And if you can remember how, pray for all of us. One of our people came back to tell me that some stranger had just healed that cripple who hangs around the west door.
But
wait for it. And that someone had said to him that they had met someone who had actually seen a blind man healed by this same stranger.
A miracle?
No. An incident to be investigated. By the time I got there, the square was overflowing. The crowds had stayed after the burnings. Nothing like a conjurer to hold the crowds.
Martin?
All I saw was this little girl's open coffin, covered with white lilies, being met by the duty priest for the funeral. The next I heard was the mother, insane with grief, no doubt, begging this healer character to touch her child. As he made his way to the coffin, she knelt before him, looked him straight in the eye, and without caring who heard, said, "I know if you be the Son of God, you can raise my daughter from the dead." Well, the crowd was praying and pushing and crying. I couldn't hear what he said. But the next thing I saw, God help me, was the little girl sitting up in her coffin, opening her arms wide, sending the lilies flying everywhere. Absolute pandemonium. Then silence, suddenly. The guards clearing a line of sight for the Cardinal Grande Inquisitor. He raises one finger, and they removed him. There was no struggle. As if nothing had happened. And the people just gawped. They're bringing him here now.
Here? Now?
I don't think His Eminence saw me in the crowd.
I wish I'd been there.
No, he'd live to regret it, as we all might.
But if it was him, to have missed the second coming of our Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ...
Coming? I didn't say it was the second coming. That's what the people were saying. I didn't say it was the second coming.
No man knoweth the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh. No man knoweth. How can the people be so stupid? Oh, Martin, I am so tired. Just when the struggle seemed to be coming to a triumphant conclusion, we are faced with this greatest and most dangerous of threats. Did you see him? Yeah, well, of course you did. You are my eyes and ears. What do you think?
I think by the book. All men brought before the Inquisition, all men since Adam are presumed guilty, not innocent. I think we proceed as usual.
However unusual the case.
Particularly then. How many times, Your Eminence, have you said, tolerate dissent, and you connive at your own destruction?
Yes, Martin.
If I may finish, Your Eminence. You connive not just at your own destruction, but at the end of the world. The end of our Holy Mother Church.
You're reminded. We must conform or die. This morning, before the fires were lit, His Majesty declared that the enemies of the cross of Christ, the violators of Christian law, were his enemies. Traitors, enemies within, to be brought to justice. Auto da fe, especially the burning, is an act of faith, not a carnival. Tell the guards to clear the square. Oh, Martin, are they the witness statements?
For their souls. The hundreds who will be whipped half naked through the streets of the cathedral tomorrow believe that we can save their souls. And when we have reconciled them to the church, when their green candles are relit, the people believe that we, the Holy Inquisition, have reconciled them to God. That has been our life. We have devoted our lives to increase the power of Holy Mother Church, not to see it subverted by some deluded Messiah. We know what the witnesses say. They'll say anything. What does he say?
Go on, ask him. How many did we burn today?
23.
How many are we burning tomorrow?
28.
Thus far, evening. Scent of lemon and laurel. Beautiful. Imperial Majesty, Your Royal Highness, this is a holy war. The time has come for every man to choose the final choice. And let us be crystal clear, no more shades of grey, only black or white, evil or good. We struggle every day for that in which we believe, but our freedom to believe may very soon, perhaps even today, be destroyed by evil ones amongst us. There is only one way, the way of Holy Mother Church. This is a holy war. What is it?
Sorry. Your oration for tomorrow.
But Oh, yes, part of it. Part of it.
Very good. Very clear.
Well, what did he say?
Nothing. Not one word.
You are surprised?
I don't know what I am. He's unnerving.
Yes, of course he is. You've read the depositions of the witnesses.
To him? Yes. No reaction.
Yeah, but if you read them yourself, well, you were a witness, were you not?
I had an obstructed view.
Oh, they say they saw him raise that girl from the dead.
Oh, that's not possible.
No, it isn't. But bearing false witness is as sure a route to the stake as heresy. Remember that, Martin. After his miracles, these resurrections, what did he tell the people to do?
Tell no one.
Exactly. Tell no one. A sure way of spreading news. Tell no one. Who do you think he is?
I cannot say.
Dare not. But either way, he will burn tomorrow. Whoever he claims to be, whoever he actually is. The way to unmask an impostor is to let him think you believe him. Sooner or later, he'll trip over the truth. So, tomorrow, when you hear my bell summoning you to the cell, when you approach the penitent's stool, whatever you may feel to the contrary, whatever your mind may tempt you into believing, do exactly as you have always done. Rope the impenitent by the neck, bind his hands, into them thrust the green candle of damnation. You have armed me for the fight. Now watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing,
but the flesh is weak.
We can do whatever is necessary. Leave us. Go!
Yes. You are him, aren't you?
No, don't answer. You may indeed be him. But Holy Mother Church does not need you. Neither do the people. And when we have condemned you as the most wicked of heretics, the same people who are babbling of your miracles today will light the faggots at your stake tomorrow. Do you know that?
Yes, I think perhaps you do. What did you hope to achieve?
You have no right to add anything. You handed everything over. Everything. To our Holy Father, the Pope. Thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church. And we have. You cannot repossess it. So why come back, if not to interfere?
We cannot hear you. Have you come back with a new revelation? Well, that we cannot permit. You did say, I shall make you free.
Well, in your name, now, at last, the people are convinced they are absolutely free. In fact, they have exchanged their freedom for total obedience to Holy Mother Church. Not the sort of freedom you had in mind, perhaps, but now, at last, in the year of our Lord 1680, by the triumph of the Holy Inquisition over freedom, it has become possible to think about human happiness.
You rejected the only path which led to human happiness in the wilderness, remember? And by returning now, you endanger the people's happiness, undermine their faith in everything we have done in your name, just because you want to work a new miracle. Anything new is a miracle to them. We cannot permit you, of all people, to undermine their faith, their happiness like that. It's all been done in your name. We say we're obeying you, but we've deceived them over and over. We shall never again let you come near the people. We will not let you destroy the church we have created. What? No indignation? No rebuke? Nothing. That's the penitence stool. A last support before burning. How appropriate. Now, when the devil spoke to you in the wilderness, the Bible tells us that he tempted you. Did he? How did he tempt you? What did you reject? You rejected the truth. Yes? Read. Read.
Then Jesus was led into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, Jesus was hungry. The devil came to him and said, "If thou art the Son of God, canst thou command these stones be made bread?"
What a miraculous question!
Next, the devil took him to the holy city of Jerusalem and stood Jesus on the highest point of the temple. "If thou be the Son of God, why not cast thyself down? Lastly, the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed Jesus all the kingdoms of the world. "I can give you all this splendor and authority. Will you bow down and worship me?" And when the devil had finished all this tempting, he left Jesus until a more opportune time.
Is now that time? Do you think the combined wisdom of a world of wise men could devise anything with the depth, the truth of those three questions put to you by the devil in the wilderness? Of course not! Who was right in the wilderness? The devil or you? If it was you. First question. Canst thou command these stones to be made bread? Now, if you did, you would have plenty of bread for yourself and for all the people you wanted to follow you. To where? Freedom! Freedom? Why? Man hates freedom, but he needs bread. And you needed followers. But what if they only followed you for the bread? So you rejected the offer and condemned untold millions to death. Starvation, literally, from the lack of bread. But you did give your followers the freedom to wait for bread from heaven. That never came. So they turned to us. And in your name, we fed them. And never again will they be able to feed themselves without us. You promised them heavenly bread. But eternally ignoble, eternally depraved man needs earthly bread. Of course, those who are strong enough can wait for your heavenly bread. But what about the tens of millions who are simply not strong enough? The weak cannot follow you. Do you care only about the strong? Are they your chosen few? Well, we care about the weak. They obey us. They are following us. They look upon us as gods. You must have known that if you created bread from stone, you would have given man the answer to his everlasting question, whom do I worship? The answer would have been obvious. You. But you did not make it clear. So it became, give up your gods and worship ours, or else death to you and your gods. Whence came all these wars? The secret of human existence is not merely living. It is knowing what one lives for. Without knowing that, man destroys himself. Nothing torments more than freedom of conscience. You wanted man to follow you out of love. No more rules. Henceforth, man was to decide for himself what was good, what was evil, with only you to guide him. You could not have left man in greater confusion or suffering. You destroyed the foundations of your kingdom. You can blame no one but yourself. You may have been a man then, but you knew nothing about man. You may leave us now. Leave us! But the devil offered you more, didn't he? He showed you the three powers capable of holding man's conscience captive, securing man's happiness. Those powers were, they still are, miracle, mystery, and authority. You rejected all three. When the devil put you on that tower, high above the temple in Jerusalem, he said, "If thou be the Son of God, why not cast thyself down?" But you did not cast yourself down. You rejected his proposal. You behaved with pride, magnificently, like the God you were. Oh, yeah. You knew you were divine. You knew you were the Son of God. But you wouldn't make it easy for man to know that by demonstrating your miraculous powers. You hoped, we know, that after the crucifixion, man would stay with God by following you. But man is incapable of carrying on without miracles. You hungered for the people's love, so you did not miraculously descend when they taunted, "If thou be the Son of God, come down from the cross." When you screamed, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?" What were your thoughts? If that's what you said aloud, what on earth were you thinking? The freedom for which you suffered so much, they never wanted. That's why we have corrected your work. We teach them that it is not the free decision of their hearts, not even love that matters, but a mystery. They must obey us blindly, because we have lifted their suffering from them. We have accepted man's helplessness. We have lightened their burden. Tell me, who has shown real love for mankind? Why that long, silent, so sincere look? Such eyes. Aren't you angry? Don't you care? Haven't you been listening? Can't you understand what we've done? Why have you come back if you've nothing to say? Look, I do not want your love, because I do not love you. I do not need you. There's no point in concealing anything. Don't think I don't know to whom I'm talking. I know who you are. I am not with you. We are not with you. We are with him. We are with the devil. What you rejected, we accepted. We accepted all the kingdoms of the world. We accepted Rome. That's our secret. We have been with him. We have been against you for centuries. It may take a very long time, and the world will suffer much in the process, but we shall achieve our goal. We shall wear the purple. We shall be Caesars! But you could have started that 1600 years ago. If you had accepted the advice, yielded to temptation, you would have instantly provided everything man seeks, ended the torment of man. If you had accepted the kingdoms of the world and Caesar's purple, you could have founded a world state and given man universal peace. Why didn't you? Since you rejected it, who better to rule over human beings than us? Holy Mother Church, triumphant. Then, and only then, will peace and happiness be possible for mankind. Mystery. Drink ye all of it. It doesn't matter if we're telling the truth or whether we're telling them a lie. They'll always come back, submit, crying, "Yes, you alone possess the mystery. Save us from ourselves." And we will save them in your name, without your interference. At last, they will know what bliss is, subordinating themselves to us. But until all men understand this, they will remain unhappy. And who contributed most to that lack of understanding? Who scattered the flock? You! But now the Holy Inquisition is gathering in its flock to submit just once more forever. We shall give them quiet consciences, happiness. How? By permitting them to sin. Of course. Because we love them, and they will love us for letting them sin. We'll allow or forbid mistresses, the having or not of children. We'll have a decision for everything, even the most tormenting secrets of their consciences. We will assure them that every sin can be redeemed as long as it is committed with our permission. The people will have no secrets from us. They'll accept our decision gladly because they'll be released from that greatest of anxieties, making their own free decision. They'll adore us. I hope to die peacefully, quietly fading away in your name, finding beyond the grave nothing but death. But I will have preserved the mystery, and for the sake of their happiness, we'll lure them with visions of a heavenly reward. Another lie. If there were anything at all in the next world, it would not be for the likes of them, would it? It was prophesied you would return with your proud and mighty chosen ones who have saved only themselves. But we have saved everyone. I can show you thousands of millions who have never known the weight of their sin, because I have taken on their sin. I am proud of that, whatever the cost. Judge me, if you can. Judge me, if you dare. I am not afraid of you. And tomorrow, at one sign from me, a host of the weak will heap burning coals on your pile of faggots. Tomorrow you will be burned at the stake because you returned to interfere. If ever anyone deserved our fire, it's you. Tomorrow I shall burn you.
Tomorrow has become today. Have you really nothing to say?
and never come back. Never. Never.
Stay here. Say your prayers. Pray for us.
So, tomorrow, when you hear my bell summoning you to the cell, when you approach the penitent's stool, whatever you may feel to the contrary, whatever your mind may tempt you into believing, do exactly as you have always done. Rope the impenitent by the neck, bind his hands, into them thrust the green candle of damnation, to remain forever unlit, signifying for all the world to see that the light of faith does not illumine his dark soul.